Here we go. Another week in the NFL, getting down to the nitty gritty. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hashtag Sports. Of course, you all know me. My name's Joe. If you're new to this channel, as you stop by, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you're not watching this live, you're watching the recording of this broadcast, make sure you hit the thumbs up button then too. If you're not subscribed to Hashtag Sports, do that. We want to thank Mr. Rogers Homes for sponsoring Hashtag Sports. Mr. Rogers, top 1% realtor in Arizona. If you're looking to have some real estate out there, make sure you go to misterrogershomes.com. Link in the description below. So again, we want to thank him as well. Cameron already come in here giving us his Week 15 picks. He, of course, I don't think he's gone against the Bills one time. He can let me know if I'm wrong there. But he is for our Buffalo Bills. I'll let you know how I feel about that game in a little bit. Because the Bills, Raiders, Colts, Bengals, Lions, Saints, Browns, Falcons, Packers, Jets, Chiefs, Texans, 49ers, Rams, Ravens, and Seahawks. Guys, we're going to do things a little bit differently tonight. Listen, it's Week 15, today I should say. Week 15 of the NFL season kicks off tonight. And listen, first week we have Saturday games. We have some Saturday games. No more college football except for the bowl games coming up. That's also start Saturday. We have 3 NFL games. And listen, these NFL Saturday games, always crazy. Always crazy. Last year, Saturday, the Indianapolis Colts blew the largest lead in NFL history to the Minnesota Vikings, I believe it was. 2 years ago, you had the game between Miami and the New York Jets. Remember that face mask on Ryan Fitzpatrick after a completed pass, giving the Miami Dolphins a game-winning field goal to end it? Crazy stuff always happens during these Saturday football games, especially the first Saturday of the first week of the Saturday games of the NFL schedule. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be crazy, but like I said, it starts tonight. Last week, not a great week. Went 8-7 straight up, 9-6. Actually, better against the spread than I did straight up. So that's a good thing. But again, we want double digits, guys. We want double digits. So I was up less than 1 unit last week. Was up like I think 0.7 units last week. Not good enough, right? Especially with kind of the lull we were in a few weeks ago. Not good enough. So we have to do a little bit better. But like I said, C Rose comes in and says, "Go Bills." Dolphins Raiders was 3 years ago. I'm sorry. So yeah, and it was the Raiders. Now that you said it, I do remember that. But yeah, these Saturday games crazy. C Rose comes in and says, "Go Bills." Absolutely. And we'll talk about that game a little bit. But like I said, I want to do things a little bit differently today. A little bit differently. Instead of just giving you my picks, and I still will give my picks both straight up against the spread, I want to take a look at the current playoff picture. And I want to give you my wins and then see what the playoff picture will look like after this week. If my wins come true. If my wins come true, which sometimes they don't. Most times they don't. But we're going to take a look. So I'm going to share this screen right here. There we go. And you can take a look at, as soon as I get this down, I don't know how to get this thing out of here. Someone has to tell me how to get this thing going, but that's okay. So you can take a look at the current playoff seedings right up here. You see the Chiefs. What is going on? No, that's if the season were complete. Huh. Hold on. Let's start over. Start over. How do I start over? Reset schedule. There we go. Nope. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Someone tell me what I'm doing. Someone tell me what I'm doing. Playoff predictor. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it right. Let's do it right. Here we are. 14 complete. We go to the next week. See, I knew I'd get it. I knew I'd get it. Cameron coming in with the knowledge. Coming in with the knowledge. Look at that. No, never in game 2-0 or 3-2 in NFL history. Are you saying it's gonna happen this week? Maybe in one of the Saturday games? Is that what you're saying? So I'm gonna give you my picks. But not only am I gonna give you my picks, I'm gonna base it off of the playoff predictor here. You see the current playoffs. Baltimore has the 1 seed in the AFC. Miami with the 2 seed after their loss on Monday night. 3 seeds Kansas City, 4 seed Jacksonville. Your wild card teams are Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Indianapolis. Go over to the NFC. The 1 seed is the 49ers. The 2 seed is the Dallas Cowboys. 3 seed is the Detroit Lions. 4 seed Tampa Bay. 5 seed Eagles. 6 and 7, both coming out of the NFC North, with the Vikings and Packers currently holding those spots. So let's go through these Week 15 matchups in the NFL. Starting with Thursday night football up here, you got the Chargers and Raiders. Chargers going to Oakland to play, to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. The Chargers without Justin Herbert out for the season, unfortunately. If you are a Chiefs fan, can the Raiders take advantage? I don't know. What I do know is that Pierce has these boys playing hard at home since he has taken over, and even on the road, losing 3-0 to the Vikings last week. That's a tough pill to swallow, a really tough game. But I think at home against a backup quarterback, the Raiders defense impresses tonight on a short week. I think the Raiders win this matchup. 3-point favorites. Give me the Raiders to win this matchup. Give me the Raiders to cover a 3-point spread. Then you go to those crazy Saturday games. So Saturday night's all right. And it starts with the Minnesota Vikings going to Cincinnati, playing the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals actually 3-point favorites in this one. Listen, I know Minnesota didn't look that impressive last week, right? Barely beating the Raiders, but they are sitting comfortably in a playoff spot right now in the NFC. And they're playing well. A few wins here and there in a row. They've had, 3 quarterbacks now. Dobbs trying to hold that job down. I think that they kind of have a bounce back because even though they won last week, right, you still get that sour taste in your mouth. Like, we won, but did we win or did they lose? I get confused. And in that situation last week, the Raiders lost. So I look at this game here. I look at the Vikings. I look at the Bengals. Browning's been very impressive. He has been. But you have to think sooner or later, defenses are going to figure him out, right? They're going to get the tape and they're going to figure out what he's doing that's working and how can they take that away. And I think that starts this week. Obviously, I expect the Vikings to score more than 3 points, and I expect the Vikings to come away with a victory in this one. So give me the Vikings to win. The Vikings win. The Vikings beat a 3-point spread. Then you go to the Steelers at the Colts. The Steelers coming off 10 days of rest as they had that Thursday night game last week. The Colts coming in, both these teams currently sitting in a playoff spot. The Steelers 7-6, the Colts 7-6. So if you're a Bills fan, you're sitting back saying, what helps the Bills out the most, right? What helps the Bills out the most? And in this scenario, a win by the other team means a loss by the other team, and it does kind of help out the Buffalo Bills, who are also sitting at 7-6. Listen, the AFC right now, you have 6 teams vying for 2 spots at 7-6. The Browns a game up at 8-5. Kind of nuts. Looking at the AFC, it's kind of nuts. And so Saturday, it's going to start with these 2 teams, 2 7-6 teams going at it. I like the Colts here at home. The Colts, no, I don't. Do you know why I don't like the Colts here at home? Because as I just said about these Saturday games, what happened last year to the Colts on a Saturday? Week 15 on a Saturday. What happened? Yeah, they got to a big lead. They felt comfortable. They're the big dogs of the house. And then they gave up the biggest lead in NFL history. Bills record gone. Dang you, Colts. The Steelers coming off back-to-back losses, one to Arizona, one to Carolina, something like that. I don't know. But either way, they've been disappointing. They need a bounce back. I think Mike Tomlin gets it here. Give me the Steelers to upset the Colts. Steelers win. Steelers cover beat a 1.5-point spread. And they have an AFC-NFC matchup. The Detroit Lions coming off a disappointing loss to the Bears, going against the higher than hot Denver Broncos, coming off that win against the LA Chargers last week. Man, this team's hot. This team's looking good. Will that come to an end? We see the Lions. We know Lions, you know what? The Lions might be in trouble soon. If the Lions can't string together a couple wins here, that NFC North that we thought was just theirs might start coming into play. The Vikings started to win a few in a row. The Packers started to win a few in a row. And all of a sudden, you look behind them, and it's like looking in that side view mirror. Images might be larger than they appear. Closer than they appear. I forget what it says because I don't pay attention. When I drive, I listen to the radio. I don't know. But anyway, you look at this game, the Lions at home. Lions 4.5-point favorites. I don't like that. I think that's a little bit too much with the way the Broncos have been playing. The Broncos to cover the spread. I like, however, the Detroit Lions to come away with the victory. And then the last game we have on Saturday. No, that was the last game. That was the 8 o'clock game. I'm sorry. That's the 8:15 game on Saturday. So that's your Saturday slate of games. Should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. But I think that's the way it works out. Then we move on to Sunday, the 1 o'clock schedule. Right now, you got, first of all, you got the Kansas City Chiefs, New England Patriots. Listen, the Chiefs coming off what happened last week against the Bills. They're going to take no prisoners in this game. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. The Chiefs 7.5-point favorites. Yes, they get that easily. I think they get that easily. This is a 14, 16, 17-point game, I think. I think the Chiefs come out with vengeance after what happened last week, and they prove that they're still dominant, and they dominate the New England Patriots. Then you move on. You got the Jets at the Dolphins. The Dolphins come off that very disappointing loss on Monday night, up 14 points, under 3 minutes to go, and they lose. They lose. How does that happen? Like, how? I mean, I watched it, and I still don't believe it. I can't believe it happened, but it did. Jets coming into this game with a big, impressive victory against Zach Wilson and the Houston Texans, against the Houston Texans with Zach Wilson in at quarterback. So last time these two teams played, the Jets didn't have Zach Wilson. I don't think it's going to matter. I think the Dolphins win this game. However, it's an 8.5-point spread. And, you talk about division matchups. You talk about the Jets' good defense. I think the Jets keep this game close. And I think as Bills fans, we're hemming and hawing as to whether or not we'll see another upset. I don't think we do here. I think the Dolphins keep this game close. The Jets keep this game close, but the Dolphins come out prevailing, maybe by 4, maybe by 3, something like that. Dolphins win this one, moving them to 10-4 and still number 1 in the AFC East. Next game, you have the Bears at Browns. Browns in the playoff picture currently. Look at the Bears. Bears coming off an impressive win last week against the Detroit Lions. But the Bears are going on the road here, and the Bears still, to me, are not a very good team. They've had 2 big leads against the Lions. One of them they blew. One of them they were able to hold on to it for a victory. But other than those games, they really haven't impressed me too much, especially on the road. I think this is a different team. I think Justin Fields is a different quarterback on the road. In the dog pound, they need the victory, I think, to get the job done, covering the 3-point spread. Browns win this one, giving them even a better chance to make the playoffs. Then you go on to the next game, still at the 1 o'clock hour. You got the Giants at Saints. The Giants, where are we at here? Sorry, guys. Giants at Saints. Giants coming off a win on Monday night against the Packers. Surprise victory there. Saints still alive in the NFC South because no one wants to win the NFC South. It's just not a division that a team wants to win for some odd reason. However, in this instance, in this situation, I think I like the Saints here. I like the Saints. It's a 6-point spread. I don't like the Saints that much. Give me the Giants to cover, but the Saints do win that matchup. Then you move on. You got the Falcons at Panthers. Again, a divisional matchup, NFC South opponents. The Panthers just not looking good at all this year. Tanking. They're tanking. I don't know what they're going to get. Maybe get that star wide receiver if they get the number 1 overall pick. But give me the Falcons in this matchup. Falcons win this one. Falcons cover a 3-point spread. They got the Texans at Titans. 3-point spread in favor of the Titans in this one. Not sure about the Texans quarterback CJ Stroud. Not sure about him. Is he going to play? Hasn't practiced, so that could be an issue. Figure Singletary won't be as big of a factor if they don't have a good passing attack either. This can be a close game, a divisional matchup. I think the Titans go ahead and pull this one out. Give me the Titans to win this one, dropping the Texans to 7-7. And it's a big loss for the Texans, right? Because like I said, all those teams tied at 7-6 right now. I think a lot gets said this week about which teams still have a chance and which teams are kind of behind the 8 ball when it comes to chances to make the playoffs. Going to the big 4 o'clock games, you got San Fran, Arizona, you got Washington, LA, and then, of course, the biggest one of the week are Buffalo Bills with their 4th straight 4 o'clock game, which is absurd if you're a Bills fan, at home against the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to start with the 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. Don't talk much about this game. Cardinals come off a bye, but that does not matter. 49ers, 12-point favorites. And we've seen what the 49ers do. They either win by a whole heck of a lot or lose by a little. I think this is one of those win by a whole heck of a lot games, and they cover a 12-point spread. The Rams at home, 6.5-point favorites. Don't trust it. Don't trust them. 6.5. This seems a little too high for me. I like the Rams to win this one, but I don't think they can cover 6.5 points. Then you go on to, again, you got our game, the 425 game, Sunday night and Monday night games, all very big games. I'm a Bills fan. We know that. And we all know I'm going to be live for the game between our Buffalo Bills and the Dallas Cowboys right here. Starts at 4:25. I'll start going live at 3:55. So make sure you join me for that. But guys, if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you want to be as optimistic as you can. And I understand that. I do. Bills 2-point favorites. We're all happy. It's in Buffalo. Can they pull off this victory? Cowboys coming off a huge divisional win against the Philadelphia Eagles. They need to keep winning if they want that number 1 seed. If they too want to keep that division lead, they're not just going to give it away. They're not just going to give it away. And the idea that a team sitting now at 7-6 can play 500 football for a majority of the season and then go on a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 game winning streak, I don't buy it. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. I think that Dallas is the better team. I think Dallas is coming in hot, and Dallas hears the noise. They hear the noise. No one's giving them a shot in this game. Predictions are all saying Buffalo. Go Buffalo. Go Buffalo. Go Buffalo. Why? Why? Because we want to. Emotions aside, I'm going to be very emotional on Sunday calling the game. I'm going to be very excited calling the game, and I hope that the Bills win. I really do. And I know they can't. But will they? I think Dallas puts up some points. CeeDee Lamb has a big game. Dak Prescott. We're used to seeing Dallas collapses in December. I understand that. I've seen them. I've seen them all. But this team might be the one. This team might be the one. Give me Dallas. To lose, of course. Come on now. You know better than that. The Buffalo Bills are hot. This offense is playing so good. We have Josh Allen, number 17 at quarterback. He's going to take control of this game. He's going to take control of this offense. We don't have someone who doesn't know how to calling plays in Joe Brady. Still want him to run the ball more. Run James Cook. James Cook is going off. You guys thought I was going to pick Dallas, didn't you? Not a chance. Not on your life. The Buffalo Bills get the victory at home, covering that 2-point spread. So now we go to the primetime matchups. The primetime. It starts with Sunday night as the Baltimore Ravens go into Jacksonville, 3.5-point favorites, and play the Jacksonville Jaguars. Really? Jacksonville at home recently has been unreal. So much better than on the road. So much better than on the road. Trevor Lawrence, he might be hurt, but he's still playing. He's playing all right. Yeah, they had a tough matchup last week, ended up losing to the Browns. But I think towards the end of that game, they started getting a little confidence back. They made it close. I don't know. Call me crazy. Some of you have. I like the Jaguars, Sunday Night Football at home, to get the upset of the Baltimore Ravens. And then we move on to Monday Night Football. A big game in the NFC as the Philadelphia Eagles, who just got off that loss to the Dallas Cowboys, go into Seattle, playing the 12th man and the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle slumping. And if the season ended today, to my surprise, the Seahawks would not be in the playoffs. Remember just a few weeks ago, the Seahawks were neck and neck with the 49ers. Some injuries happened. Geno Smith not feeling the greatest. And now they're slipping 6-7. 1-4 in the division. This isn't looking good. And I don't think it gets much better here. Because the Eagles now know, even though they're not the number 1 seed anymore, they know that if they want to win the division, if they want to host a first-round matchup, they now need to keep winning. And I think they do that here. The Eagles beat the Seahawks. It may be their most complete game of the season. And they moved to 11-3 overall. So let's say all of my picks are correct. Let's say all my picks are correct. How does that change the landscape in the AFC playoff picture? Well, if Miami wins, they move up to the number 1 seed if Baltimore loses. And the Buffalo Bills move into that 7th slot at 8-6. That's what's happening right now. The Dolphins sit 10-4. Ravens sit 10-4. And the Chiefs sit 9-5. Jaguars sit 9-5. Your Wild card teams are the Browns, Steelers, and Bills. Gives us an opening round matchup of Bills versus Ravens if everything were to hold true. Crazy, right? No, last time the Bills played the Ravens in the playoffs. Oh, such great memories. If you go over the NFC side, you got the San Fran 1 seed. They would get the bye. Eagles 2 seed. Lions 3 seed. Falcons 4 seed. Then you got the Rams, Cowboys, and Vikings as your wild card teams. Would lead to some fun matchups. But let's play a game. Here we are talking about playoffs, week 15. We have 3 weeks left. Let's have some more fun, shall we? Now, listen, these are not my official razor sharp picks for next week. Don't do anything crazy. Don't think that they are. I'm not calling it. But let's see what happens next week. Next week, your Thursday night matchup, Saints to Rams. I like the Rams, okay? These are just going to be quick, real quick. Saturday, Bengals, Steelers at home. I like the Steelers in a close one. Get back-to-back victories. We got our Buffalo Bills going against the Chargers. I will be live for that game in LA, but without Justin Herbert. Give me the Bills. Also on, are those the only 2 games Saturday? Looks like we only have 2 games that Saturday. So now we go down to Sunday slate games. I like the Texans, Broncos, Chiefs, Jets, Colts, Seahawks. Let's go Titans. Titans, Jags, Dolphins, 49ers, Ravens. Give me the 49ers. Green Bay, Carolina. Again, we'll be real quick here. Green Bay. I like the Vikings at home, the Bears at home, and the Eagles at home. So that would be week 17. Or I'm sorry, is that week 17? Week 16. So then we look at the playoff predictions right there. Miami saying 11-4. Bills 9-6. Kansas City now the 2 seed 10-5. Jacksonville 10-5. Baltimore 10-5. They now sit at the 4th seed. And then you got the Bills, Browns, and Steelers still all representing the AFC in the playoffs. You got the 49ers as the 1 seed, Eagles 2, Lions 3, Falcons 4, Dallas 5, Vikings 6, Rams 7. So you move on to week 17. Everyone's getting excited seeing the Bills 9-6. Looking like they're about to make the playoffs. Playoffs? You talking playoffs? All right, Thursday night, Jets, Browns. I like the Jets in this matchup. I think against a backup quarterback, Jets defense might be able to do some good things. Get the upset win there. Saturday, you got the Cowboys and Lions. Give me the Cowboys to win that one. Any more Saturday games? Nope. So now it's just Sunday. So Sunday, you got Jaguars, Panthers. Easy enough. Steelers, Seahawks. Easy enough. Boom, 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 and boom. Two big Sunday victories, home victories, and the Vikings then move into the number 3 seed. Broncos, Chiefs, Texans, Bills, Dolphins. No, Ravens, right? Well, we need a couple of away wins here too, though. Need a couple of away teams get their wins too, right? Away teams can get their wins too. Any chance the Bengals beat the Chiefs? That'd be nice. All right. Now we go on to week 18, last week of the NFL season. You guys can play along too. Go to playfpredictor.com. A lot of fun. Right now I got the Chiefs as the 1 seed because the Chiefs are always going to be the 1 seed for the rest of our natural born lives. They're going to be the 1 seed. Then it's the last week of the season with so much on the line. 1 seeds in both conferences, playoff wild cards in both conferences. Some division matchups still going on as well. Would be a lot of fun this week 17 slate or week 18 slate. I do imagine if this is how week 18 plays out, that we would see Miami and Buffalo as either the Sunday night or if there is a Monday night game of the week. That's just my prediction. I'm trying to figure out why Tampa is at 7-8 when the Falcons are 7-9. What game did I miss, guys? What game did I miss? There it is. Packers win that one. There it is. All right. There it is. Now we're better. Now let's go to the last week of the season. Thank you for sticking with me as we predict the NFL playoffs. All right. So we would have. Oh man. Let's see. Bill Belichick's losing his job supposedly. Miami can't win against teams with winning records. Bengals beat the Browns for last week's season at home. Okay, I'm going with it. Texans clinch their spots in at 10-7. Bills would win their division at 11-6. That's gonna be a tough game. But give me Tennessee to pull the upset. Tennessee pulls the upset. Kansas City beats the Chargers. Sorry, Chiefs will still be the 1 seed in this mock. Bills will be the 4 seed at 11-6. But hey, we get to host. Looks like, according to my projections, we would host the Dolphins first week of the season again, just like last year. Tampa wins the division. Dallas, Washington, Dallas, right? Dallas needs it. Giants, Eagles. Eagles move into the 1 seed for a minute. Lions win the division at 11-6. Packers beat the Bears because that's what the Packers do. The Saints, Falcons. Give me the Saints. Saints win it. So that means Tampa Bay wins that division at 8-9. Yeah, it won't matter. Seahawks beat the Cardinals, but I think it's too little too late for them. And the 49ers keep that 1 seed. So this would be your playoffs with the Chiefs and 49ers sitting in the 1 seed. This would be wild card matchups. You have the Bills versus Dolphins again. You have a divisional matchup with the Jaguars and Texans. That would be a good one. And then the Broncos, hot Broncos, going up against Baltimore. NFC side, you have Tampa, Dallas, Minnesota, Detroit, and Philly versus Green Bay. Some good matchups. But here's how the playoffs look right now. Again, no playoff clinch spots yet, except for the 49ers right there. Only team right now to clinch the playoffs. The San Francisco 49ers. Probably get up with that 1 seed. Right now, Dallas has the 2 seed, but as you saw, I predict that the Eagles will get that back. Right now, Miami's in the 2 seed, Chiefs 3 seed. Listen, I would love to see the Chiefs not be the 1 seed. And right now, I'm projecting that they will be the 1 seed, but man, I would love for them not to be. I think Patrick Mahomes playing away playoff game for the first time in his career. But what's most important to me is getting those Buffalo Bills back in the playoffs, whether it be wild card, whether it be division, whatever the case might be. But I will be here every single step of the way, so make sure you guys join me. Make sure you join me every single Buffalo Bills game day. I'll be live Sunday, 4 o'clock, probably 3:30, 4:25, so maybe 3:45 for the Buffalo Bills versus the Dallas Cowboys. Should be fun. Let's watch it together. Let's have a good time. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.